So I had like two people ask me if I was invited to PAX West to play Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles earlier, and no, I didn't, unfortunately, but it's all good.
A few moments later.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. It sucks, the feeling of not being offered or invited, but you know, I'm still grateful for the people that come to my channel to comment and watch, and I love interacting with so many of you. You've changed my life in a very positive way. But to me, that's more of a blessing than being invited. But I will say, I am, of course, disappointed and let down, but just like in life, keep trying and you'll be rewarded and blessed in other ways if you worked hard. Like I got to do many cool things when I was younger, like, living in Japan and living in Korea. But people don't realize that, I tried and tried, multiple things before getting those things. So it's fine not to be offered or to be rejected, on cool opportunities, you know. But getting back to PAX West, I was disappointed in some of the creators they invited, I would have been happy if they brought some people, from FF Hactics, like Jumza, Nizer, Zafani, and, the great Elric, Lion War, Journey of the Five, and there's several other names that I could mention from FF Hactics, but overall to me that group has been dedicated and passionate for years and years. And Wiz Daddy, another Final Fantasy Tactics YouTuber, like I don't really care about the size, and Square claims not care about the size of the content creators, but I do think there's some lies in that, and I'd rather just be honest with my feelings, um, and be myself. And of course, Tactics League, Yoshinja and Tactics Live, Mikey definitely deserved it. Amazing lovers of Final Fantasy Tactics. They played the original, they did War of the Lions, and just awesome people for the community. Don't get as much recognition, and two other guys who I think were solid. I don't think they got invited, but even though he's more tactics ogre, he's been doing this for a long time. Coffee potato, he a lot of tactics ogre. He's clearly a fan of Matsuno's work. Um, so yeah, there's that. There's also Tom, Titanium Legman. He's more of like a variety gamer, but he pretty much does anything he wants, and he loves Final Fantasy Tactics as well. I don't think he got an invitation. Like I don't keep up with. I mean, I'm subscribed, but I don't watch everyone's stuff because it's a lot in my feed, and I got work and stuff I got to do as well. So sometimes I'll kind of pick and choose, but yeah, the people who I thought should have went and loved FFT and had been posting stuff before this whole announcement, you know, but it is what it is. As for me, I'm gonna try to get an earlier copy if possible, but if not, I don't mind waiting for the rest of the people, on release date and all that. But I just wanted to say, thank you, and I think it's time for me to do more content, not just Final Fantasy Tactics, like other games that I'm into, and some real life stuff with travel, my recommendations, and etc. Because I just want to give my honest take and advice to people who want to do other things. Like touching grass on Mandalia Plains is amazing, and I love Final Fantasy Tactics. But there's more to do in life, and I just want people to experience and really enjoy and live it up. So this was a quick update, and yeah, I never got to play it early, but I just wanted to say I'm grateful for the people that come and watch my stuff. There's so many hardcore Final Fantasy Tactics viewers and fans. I'm glad that you come to watch. So again, this was a shorter video, but hopefully you stayed to the end. I genuinely wish you the best when it comes to your health, wealth, and happiness. And for all the people that stayed with me for the past few years, I'll still be here, more FFT and other things. Take care and peace.